All right, so welcome everybody. Here we are to the free free taster of the upcoming 2.5-day class, Money Doesn't Give a Fuck. And I am joined by the lovely Melanie and Paul in Ireland, and they are in the dark.
Yeah.
Various reasons.
We have matching uniforms as well. And we have no clothes on underneath our shirts. Yeah. You can't see that. Yeah.
They do have a group of people there in the background that will come up and ask questions. And any of you on the webcast, you can type your questions in. Hello, Miss Shani from Israel, and hello, Miss Marta. How does it get any better? And yeah, you guys can just type your questions in. I'm not sure that we will get to all of them. Who knows what else is possible? And what I always suggest to people when we're doing stuff like this is to be aware of your question and be aware of if there's another person that I'm responding to, that's actually gifting you awareness. So, oh, with bated breath, we all wondered if Paul was naked, but he wasn't. He just told us he was naked, and then he stood up and it was like, and then the room fell to disappointment because he was dressed.
You told a lie. With their flesh-colored pants, so he's only half a lie.
That's true. That is true. Yes. Yes. Cool. All right. So Money Doesn't Give a Fuck is really one of these cool classes that was co-created with Melanie and Paul, and really what the demand was being asked for in Ireland, and then we got smart and are live streaming it around the world. So anybody who's considering joining us that way, this is how it will be, except that I'll actually be in person with Melanie and Paul in Ireland, but it will be on this screen, and you'll get the video recordings. You'll also get the audio recordings, and you can ask questions. When we do the class in person, you can actually just unmute yourself and you'll be able to ask your question verbally, so I can process you verbally. For today, we're going to keep all of you guys off screen, but you're certainly welcome to type your questions in. And for everybody there with Melanie and Paul, you guys are welcome to come up and ask questions so that we can see your pretty face.
Yeah. Some really beautiful people here. Yeah. How does it get any better?
How does it? How does it?
They're staying very quiet at present, but that could all change quickly.
Well, with the Irish, we know that will all change.
Yeah, well, they're on their 5th beer now, so I think by the time they've had their 7th beer, which should be approximately 7 minutes, they'll get quite loud. Yeah.
Awesome. Hello, Bobby and Tanya. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so Paul, Melanie, anything you guys want to say before we start?
We're super excited to have you coming over. We think it's going to be 2 great classes, and really looking forward to it. It's going to be, we just want a bit of change and roll it on. Yeah.
Yeah, baby. And that really is what, Money Doesn't Give a Fuck is all about, is really, really truly getting out of the money story. And for most of you guys, I think once you signed up, you, sorry, there's problem to access. They ask for a meeting ID. Claudia, just get them to use the link. That's the only thing that they would need to access it, just the link that's in the email that was sent. With Money Doesn't Give a Fuck, it really is about getting out of that story that we've bought and that we've all told over and over, that money is hard and money is difficult and I just don't know how to do it and there's not enough, and all of the lies that are lies. They really, really are lies. And when we buy those lies and then we tell those lies, all we're doing is creating more of the lack and the scarcity. And it's about getting out of the story and really choosing beyond it. We do a lot of different classes with the tools from Access Consciousness, which of course this class is also based on. And sometimes we kind of, dilly-dally and we play around with it, and maybe we'll get out of the story and maybe we won't, and who knows. And this class is really about getting actually out of the story, like done enough. I don't know if you guys are tired of your money story yet, but I know the stories that I've told in the past are really old and really ridiculous. The more that we're willing to choose awareness, the more that when I look at something and go, oh, I can't afford that, the more I just want to slap my own face because it's so ridiculous. So all of the stories that you're telling, to ensure you never create and actualize and receive the money you truly desire, will you destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness?
Yes, please.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, putt, puck, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Yeah. Cool. Then Claudia, I'm not sure. I'm sorry. Sorry, there's just a gal in the webcast saying there's some problem with somebody connecting. It's just clicking that specific link, so I'm not sure why she's getting a different message. She will definitely get the recording to this, so what else is possible? Cool. All right, so anybody in the room have questions? I can talk for hours, or I can respond to questions. I can kick people's asses. I mean, really, what shall we do?
They're all looking a little bit nervous here. Slightly constipated, only mildly. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we've got a question in the webcast here. So, can you talk about getting out of debt and having awareness about your money and still staying in possibility, not going into the I can't afford it? Absolutely, Miss Cynthia from Florida. So the first thing, what Access suggests is instead of calling it debt is to call it past expenditures. So that every time we use the word debt, it energetically brings up the energy of debtor's prison, which we've all been in, and quite likely we've all put people in. So all of the lifetimes that you've been in debtor's prison and all the lifetimes that you've put people in debtor's prison, will you revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, denounce, reclaim, destroy, and uncreate all that, and return it to sender with consciousness?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, puck, shorts, boys, beyonds. And so then it's about talking about it from past expenditures. So it's things that you've paid or you have from the past expenditures. And you definitely want to be in the awareness and not have what I call money be your bitch, which means you look at something you would like to buy and you say, oh, looking in your bank account, you can't afford it. That's when you're allowing money to be, when you're being money's bitch. So you're allowing money to choose for you. But I'm also not saying to put everything on a credit card or a line of credit. That's never, ever what I mean when I'm talking about that. It's about not even having money as part of the equation, where you actually are operating from infinite choice. So if you see something, let's say it's a red sports car, and that would be really fun for you, what you want to ask, the first two questions with everything is, truth, what would the planet be like in 5 years if I buy this? And truth, what would the planet be like in 5 years if I don't? And sorry, I should say specifically, truth, what would the planet be like in 5 years if I buy this today? And truth, what would the planet be like in 5 years if I don't buy this today? Because when we're asking questions of our awareness, you're operating in every 10 seconds. So it's never about, should I buy this next month? Should I buy this next year? It's actually, what are you choosing today? What would create more today? And let's say that you get a light to choose it today. The next question is, okay, universe, what's it going to take? What can I be and do different today to create this right away? So that you're always in question. And notice, you might have heard that question before. Gary used to always say it as, what can I be or do different today to create this right away? But he never meant it as either or. he meant it as an end, and it came up in a tele series. I was with him a few months back, and somebody was always willing to be something but was never willing to do anything, and so he finally realized his mistake in the question was he put an or in there, and it shouldn't be. It's like, what can I be and do different today to create this right away? And if you notice, it's not even what can I be and do different today to create buying this red sports car today. Because it's not that. You might win it. The somebody who has one might go, wow, I'd really just like to gift this to you. I mean, there's so many different ways the universe is willing to gift you. And you'll receive it in the way you're willing to receive, which is most people's way is buying things. So everywhere you're only willing to receive if you pay for it. Will you destroy and uncreate all that?
Yes.
And return it to sender with consciousness. Holy shit, right, wrong, good, bad, online, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Little charge on that one, goodies.
Wow. Yes. That's a really interesting energy. And I, when I was saying it, I also had the awareness of it's not just like, you'll receive what you're willing to pay for, not even tangible things, but, really good, yummy sex with a lover. There's an energy of kind of, well, you'll pay for that. Like, it's like not just on things you pay cash for, but maybe things you pay emotionally for, things you pay, energetically for, whatever all of that crazy is. So what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about paying for things that keeps you from receiving the infinite gifts the universe is waiting to gift you? Everything that is, we destroy and create it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Wow. Whew. So anybody that it might pop for, just what comes up when you think about receiving something you didn't pay for?
They're looking for something in return.
They're looking for something in return from
Right.
Alberta.
Okay, so it's like you'll pay for it later some other way. Everything that is, we destroy and uncreate it all and return it to sender with consciousness.
And
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POC, shorts, boys, beyonds. So
the other question was, what's the catch?
what's the catch? Yes, excellent. So what you want to look at with that is the two questions I guess it's kind of just one question that I ask. So if I have money show up in my bank account that's unexplainable, or if I'm going through a cash register and a $70 pair of shoes rings through at $7, doesn't matter, kind of wherever that energy comes up. The question I always ask is, truth universe, is this a gift? Because if it's truly a gift, nobody is out that money. That store is not out $63. The amount that was deposited into my bank account, nobody's out it. The universe has actually gifted it to me in a way that I was willing to receive. If it's not a gift, that's when you want to then let the cash register gal know, or phone up the bank, or whatever it is. If you found a gold bracelet on the ground and it's not a gift, then return it, take it to the police or something, because then it really will, it'll gift you in a different way. I was talking about this in a class a couple of years ago in Copenhagen, and the gal, there was a gal in the class, and the next week she found a wallet, and the wallet was so full of money it couldn't bend, like it couldn't fold properly. It was like totally open. And so when she saw it, she's like, oh my gosh, look at this, a gift from the universe. And then she remembered our discussion, and she's like, okay, universe, so truth, is this a gift? And it was a very heavy, a very strong no. So she was disappointed, but she knew, she phoned the guy because his information was in the wallet. So she phoned him up, and he came and got it. He brought her flowers. He gave her some of the cash in the wallet. He was so grateful. And so really she did receive gifts in the end. It was just different than maybe what she originally thought when she saw it on the ground. So the universe will gift you. It's just in whatever way. You just want to be aware of it. So all of the feeling like it's stealing, making you feel sick, all of the strings attached, all of that energy, for each one of you who, whatever might have come up, the question to ask yourself is, who are you being with that energy? Like, who are you mimicking when you think of receiving something without having to pay for it? Who would have had that energy? Who would have taught you that there's always strings attached? Who would have taught you that it's stealing? Yeah, so all of that mimicking that you're doing, will you destroy and uncreate it all and return it to sender with consciousness? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And mimicking really is basically what we do as very, very young kids, and sometimes even in mom's tummy, is we look at how people operate here on this planet, and we go, oh, that's how we do it. That's how we be here. Or we go, wow, you know what? There's a whole different way you could do that. I don't really understand why you're doing that. And in the minute we try to understand why they're choosing, say, lack or scarcity, then we actually end up standing under lack and scarcity. And then we end up creating lack and scarcity. So we end up validating that person's reality about lack and scarcity. So all of the mimicking, all of the validating, and all of the copying that you're doing with regards to money, finances, cash, wow, everything that is, we destroy and uncreate it all.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And Tanya's saying, mimicking is how I've made friends and been accepted in this reality. Yeah, it really is, because most of us were kind of born on this planet and looked around and went, what the fuck? What the fuck am I doing here? What? Look at all of this awesomeness, and everybody's talking about how horrible life is. Like, you know, we just don't get it. And then the way to get it, or the way that we think to get it, or the way to be here is being like everybody else. But really, we actually came to fuck shit up here. We didn't come to be like everybody else. We came to fuck shit up. So everywhere you haven't been willing to fuck shit up, especially with money, we destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And then it, you know, brings up a lot of energy around, well, if I don't fit in, then people will judge me, people won't like me, people will be mad at me. Yeah. True story, they will. Yeah. They absolutely will. So you're not willing to be hated and judged and ridiculed and made fun of and talked about. Oh, shit. On 3, will you destroy and uncreate all that?
Yes.
3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Wow. And what you really want to look at with that is, what have you decided it means? Like, if you're not willing to be judged as having too much money, or being money hungry, or I recorded a radio show yesterday and I kept using this phrase, a greedy, money-loving whore. I tell you, when I talk to myself, I'm not quite sure where these things come from, but it was quite entertaining for me. So everywhere you're not willing to be judged as the greedy, money-loving whore you be, you destroy it.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online. Oh, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And those are the judgments that people will use to stop you. The reason that they want to stop you is because you're basically poking them in the eye. You're showing them another possibility with money that they haven't chose yet. And when you show somebody another possibility in any area, whether it's money or not, they have basically 2 choices. They will be inspired by it and choose greater themselves, or they'll judge you to stop you. Either of those choices has nothing to do with you. So everywhere you've made it to do with you, everywhere you've taken their judgments personal, everywhere you've allowed those judgments to stop you, we destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness.
Yes.
Yeah, right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And Diane saying she's learned to mimic trauma around money. Yeah, and yeah, so you also want to look at that. What's been the value? You know, what has been the value? We've mimicked it, definitely. And sometimes just clearing the mimicking and choosing beyond it is all that's required. Sometimes allowing yourself the awareness of what the value has been. You know, so if you look at that for yourself, Diane, and anybody else that reads for, truth, what has been the value of mimicking drama trauma with money? What has that done for you? Everything that is, we destroy and uncreate at all times a godzillion.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And it brings up the energy of you can fit in then. You have something to talk about at coffee time. You have something to share with your family because, and I think I put it in the, I think it was in the free Facebook group for Money Doesn't Give a Fuck around, you know, you're not going to fit in if you're willing to have all the wealth and money and cash that you truly desire. You're not going to fit in. People aren't going to want to talk to you. Not all people, but a lot of people aren't going to want to talk to you because you're not going to be able to validate their money story. You're not going to, you know, you're sitting there talking about your private jets and your 6 mansions around the world and your cabana boys or girls. And, you know, that's an extreme, but people don't really want to talk about that because you're poking them in the eye with what they could be choosing. Yeah. So everywhere we're validating other people's reality and making our money story seem really real. We destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness.
Yes.
Yeah. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
The other thing I'm getting, Glenice, is the conclusion that we've made that we have to earn our money, that it has to come from a job, that it's only one way that we can receive it, and that it has to be hard earned and has to be hard fought for.
Yeah. Yeah. And
just the conclusionary realities that are around that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So all of the conclusionary realities around having to work hard, and you'll deserve it if you worked hard for it. All of that crazy. Will you destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness?
Yes.
Whew. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And what comes up with that is kind of the invalidating your parents' reality with money, because chances are they, or at least grandparents, had that point of view, that they had to work hard for money. And so if you showed them how easy, whether they're dead or alive now, it's irrelevant, but if you showed them how easy money could be, you're going to have to invalidate their reality. So truth, are you willing? So just check in for each one of you guys, your guys' selves. Truth, are you willing to invalidate your parents' money reality?
Yes. We're getting a strong yes here.
Strong yes in Cork, Ireland. Yay!
Yeah. We're a crowd of troublemakers here, Glenice, we're dealing with. Yeah. You don't know what you're dealing with coming over here, Glenice. Yeah. You have to wear your steel underpants coming over here because they're going to kick you in the ass. Yeah.
Yes. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Cool. So everybody who did get a no, will you destroy and uncreate it all, return it to sender with consciousness? Whew. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. The really cool thing when we get a no with a question like that, or sometimes we get a yes and we know that it would create more for it to be a no, we can change that. So don't ever think that you have to be stuck with what your awareness is. You do always want to be aware of what your awareness is, though. That is something that is going to create more to be aware of it, and then just to change it. So sometimes it's as simple as, destroying and uncreating, return to sender with consciousness. Sometimes with something like this, you really want to look at it like would your parents really, again, whether they're dead or alive, would they really desire for you to create less than they did financially? Like, truly, do they desire that? So everything that brings up, we destroy and uncreate it all, return it to sender with consciousness.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Because a lot of times it's a lie that we've bought, and it's not you know, and even if it was a yes, they really do wish that you don't outcreate them, that's fine too. You can still outcreate them. But a lot of times it's just that honesty with yourself going, no, they chose that, and their desire is for me to choose greater in whatever way. So everything that brings up, and no matter, again, whether you got a yes or a no, would you be willing to invalidate their reality no matter what? Anything that doesn't allow that, we destroy and uncreate it all, return to sender with consciousness. Whew. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Cool. So what else comes up in the webcast or in the room? Oh, is there a question?
You've got a question.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah, coming up, serious question.
Serious.
Serious, get ready for this one.
No pressure.
No pressure. No way.
Hi, Glenise. How are you?
I'm good, honey. How are you?
I'm looking up there. I should be looking in here. My question is around the glass ceiling around money. Sorry, look here. It's kind of coming off what Paul said earlier to do with, you know, to earn the money or more money, it's about having to work hard. And one thing I became aware of just, I suppose, in the last 10-15 minutes is that the things that I enjoy doing that give me great pleasure is where I suppose I feel that I can earn the money, but the conflict is that it's the work hard thing, and that alongside the glass ceiling around it then is where I'm kind of going, okay, how can I change this?
Okay. So, Truth, did you put the glass ceiling on?
Possibly. Maybe. Yes.
Okay. So if you put it on, could you take it off?
Yes.
Okay. So anything that doesn't allow that, we just turn and create it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, all night, pop, shorts, boys, around. So Truth, what is it going to take for you to remove the glass ceiling?
What I'm getting is trust in myself.
Yeah. So Truth, are you willing to trust you?
Yes, maybe. Yes.
So who are you being when you don't trust you?
My mother.
Okay. So everywhere you're mimicking mom and how she was and how she showed you how to be on the planet. We destroy and uncreate it all and return it to sender with consciousness.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So what would truly occur with your finances if you were willing to trust you?
They would just smash the glass ceiling and go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it would be fun as well.
Right? Yes. Yeah. So just if you have an awareness with this, if not, it might just be an energy. So Truth, what are you refusing to be that if you would be it would change your finances dynamically?
I know the answer to that. To be true to me, just to trust and go with it.
Okay. So everything that doesn't allow you to be that, will you destroy and create it?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about never trusting you that keeps you from receiving more money than you've never imagined possible?
Ooh.
As if by magic. Everything that is, we destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Yeah, right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Cool. So when you think about creating money with ease and out creating the glass ceiling, what comes up?
Excitement, because I know what I want to do, but I've been using distractors to stop it happening. So yeah, let's just go for it.
Cool. How does it get any better than that?
Absolutely, yeah. Great. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
We have more now here. We're finished.
Thanks, Denise.
You're welcome.
Hi, Denise.
Hello, Miss Sandra.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so good.
Thank you so much for doing this class. I've been in the energy of it all day.
Yay.
Things have popped before I ever even got here, so thank you. I know that was your magic at work. What's coming up for me there as we're talking is like, and it's really dense and heavy, so I'd like help with it. Is slavery is coming up in my mind a lot, and all sides of it around money.
So slavery with money?
Oh, everything, like slavery, like the lack of, you know, it's all the lies around it as well, you know, that, you know, you have to work really hard to create the money, you have to do certain things to create the money, that there's less choice to create the money, you know, it's kind of like, you almost have to sell your soul to have the money. So then in my own life, I develop all kinds of tricky things around money, like, you know, that it's a funny thing for me. And I know I've been a slave, or I've been a slave many lifetimes. I'm aware of that too, but it's just this time I'm gonna choose beyond it, you know. So, I've had enough.
Yeah. So can you say for me 3 times, I have to sell my soul for money?
I have to sell my soul for money. I have to sell my soul for money. I have to sell my soul for money.
So all of the Shiku implants and explants holding that in place from all lifetime spaces, dimensions, realities, universes, anywhere I haven't mentioned, will you revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, denounce, reclaim, destroy, and uncreate it all? And wow, right, wrong, good, bad, all night, fuck, shorts, boys, beyond. All of the lifetimes that you sold your soul for money, and all the lifetimes you had other people sell you their soul for money, will you revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, denounce, reclaim, destroy, and uncreate it all, and return to sender with consciousness? Right, wrong, good, bad, all night, fuck, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And who are you being when you're a slave to money? Who are you mimicking?
Half of Ireland.
Only half. Well done, Ireland.
All of Ireland.
Yeah, she's not talented enough to mimic all of Ireland.
Yeah, okay, all of Ireland. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, so everywhere
big time.
you're being the good Irish girl and validating all of the Irish people's points of view about what money is, and that you have to be a slave to it, and money gets to choose for you, and you're a victim to money, and you're a slave to money, and all of that bullshit. Will you destroy and uncreate it all and return it to sender with consciousness on 3?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And on 4, will you destroy and uncreate all of the solidified futures that you've created with those points of view about money?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on 5, will you destroy and uncreate all of the algorithms that you've created and used to ensure that you keep that slavery with money in place? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on 6, we destroy and uncreate all of the past memories, past experiences, past conclusions, judgments, decisions, all of the crazy that you've had to hold in place so that you could be a slave to money, and keep recreating that theme. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whew. Cool. Okay. So true. truth, are you willing to add chaos to your finances?
Yes. Because actually, one of the things that popped for me today is that my controlling, or lying to myself that I even have any control really, is I'm done. It's stupidity. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah. So all of the controlling is order, and all of the questions is chaos. So everywhere you've been ordering your finances, which is keeping you exactly where you're at, instead of instilling chaos into your finances, which could open billions upon billions of doors and dollars and euros, we destroy and create all that and return it to center of consciousness.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And so how, and this is just going to be an energetic thing, but how much chaos is required to instill in your finances to create beyond what you've never imagined possible? Whew. Everything that is, we destroy and create all times a godzillion.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, shorts, boys, beyonds. And what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about creating order that keeps you from being the chaos you truly be? Everything that is, we destroy and create it all and return it to center with consciousness. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And it can just become a question, Sandra, and anybody else this reads for is, you know, when you're looking, let's say you're paying some bills or you're thinking about your money stuff, it could just be like, okay, how much chaos do I need to instill right now to change this? And it's a being, it's not like a doing. And sometimes it is asking a question, because really asking a question, easy for me to say. Asking a question is what will instill chaos. Like, what else is possible with my finances I've never even imagined is instilling chaos. Okay, so when you think about the finances stuff and the slavery and all of that, what comes up?
Again, it's probably like Fiona in a way. It's like this lack of trust in it, you know. That's what comes up.
Who have you decided you need to trust with regards to finances?
Okay. I mean, I just think I don't trust myself in relation to that. Who does that belong to?
It's just when you said it, there was like a funny energy of there was something else. Like if you could trust God, or if you could trust the angels, or there was just a funny energy, and maybe I just misread it. So let me ask you this. So truth, is there anyone external to trust with regards to finances?
Really, no.
No? Okay. So for anybody that did read for, everyone and anything you've decided that you require to trust that will create money for you, will you destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pop, shorts, boys, and beyond. So some people got the state and their mom and stuff like that. And so that's cool. You want to look at that, because what you've done then is you've made that person your source. And sometimes people will do like the state is making them the state the source, or some people will have their employer as the source. And whenever we have anybody other than us be our source for money, then we're limited with what we can actually create. Because as soon as that source goes away, you know, whether you move to a different state, or the state stops supplying, or your husband died, or you lost your job, what occurs then is you feel like you're totally limited. And that's where a lot of times when people get laid off or fired, they kind of fall into bed and crumble, and because they don't know that they're the source. So it doesn't matter who's paying you right now, if you've got an outside job or if it's your employment or your husband's bringing in the money, you're still the source of that money. So everywhere you've misidentified and misapplied what your source of money is, will you revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, denounce, reclaim, destroy, and uncreate it all and return it to sender with consciousness?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So what's the value, Sandra, of not trusting you with regards to money? What's that doing for you?
I don't have to step up, you know. I don't have to fail, you know.
Yeah, because stepping up and failing kind of go hand in hand, right? So everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Ooh, right, wrong, good, bad, online, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And all the lies that you've bought that you could possibly fail ever, will you destroy and uncreate it all, return to sender with consciousness? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Other than failing, what have you decided would happen if you stepped up?
Oh, my head would get chopped off.
So all of the lifetimes that it has got chopped off when you stepped up, and all the lifetimes you chopped other people's heads off when they stepped up, will you destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, wrong, good, online, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Yeah, fraud patrol is coming up there now.
Fraud patrol, yeah. So everywhere you're perpetrating fraud patrol on you, financial fraud patrol and any other fraud patrol on you, will you revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, denounce, reclaim, destroy, and uncreate it all, return to sender with consciousness? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And when I send out the recording, guys, I will send out, let me just make a note of this. Sorry. I'll send out the fraud patrol. I have it on a loop. It's a clearing, and I don't actually have it in front of me. Otherwise, I would read it to you, but it's long and I never remember it. But I do have it on an audio loop too, so I will send that out so you guys can listen to it. It's something you really want to listen to. I'll also put the radio show that I did about it, a link to that, so you can get more information. But awesome. Whew. Okay. So, truth, Sandra, are you willing to choose beyond all of the distractions that you've put in place to create more money than you never imagined possible?
Yes, I'm ready now.
Okay, so anything that doesn't allow that, we destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. If there was going to be one thing that would stop you, what would it be?
I don't know. I just think it's myself really that would stop me more than anything, or anybody really. It's like when I look at myself now, I know it's just me stopping me. I'm aware that that's happening, that I'm at that rubbish, you know. That resistance, or like dipping my toe in but then running away, and you know, almost doing it but not quite, this kind of like half-arsed, you know.
So, truth, do you have oaths and vows to never having money?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I would say a few of you have those. Wow. So all of the oaths, vows, commitments, contracts, promises, obligations, communities, fealties, anything that I haven't mentioned that you have to never having money ever again, from all lifetime, spaces, dimensions, realities, universes, anywhere I haven't mentioned, will you revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, denounce, reclaim, destroy, and uncreate it all and return it to sender with consciousness?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
I just, what came up there just as you were speaking was that if I don't have it, nobody can steal it from me.
Yeah, can you say that 3 times?
If I don't have money, nobody can steal it from me. If I don't have money, nobody can steal it from me. If I don't have money, nobody can steal it from me.
So all of the Shiku implants and explants holding that in place from all lifetime spaces, dimensions, realities, universes, and anywhere I haven't mentioned, will you revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, reclaim, destroy, and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, padpock, shorts, boys, meons, and all the lifetimes money has been stole from you, and all lifetimes you've stole money from people. Will you revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, denounce, reclaim, destroy, and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, padpock, shorts, boys, meons. In truth, could an infinite being ever have anything stolen from it? No. So all the lies that you've bought that it could be, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, padpock, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Cool.
That's much like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like twisting up inside my body anytime I, you know, that's been there. So yeah.
Cool. So truth, are you willing to have money now?
Yes, I'm ready and willing to have money now. Bring it on.
Bring it on, baby. Yeah. Just one more quick one that just popped here. So truth, do you have demons that you've hired to hold those oaths and vows in place?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So truth, will you evict all of those demons that are barricading you from your wealth? Return to from whence you came, never to return for all eternity. Return to from whence you came, never to return for all eternity. Return to from whence you came, never to return for all eternity. Return to from whence you came, never to return for all eternity. Return to from whence you came, never to return for all eternity. And anything that doesn't allow that, right, wrong, good, bad, online, podpoc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Cool. How's that feel?
Yeah. Much nicer.
Awesome.
Bye bye.
Yes. Cool.
Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. Great.
Oh, that feels so much yummier now.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
That's why I came here.
Good, good. I'm glad. Awesome.
Great. Thanks, Louise.
You're so welcome, honey. And Miss Tanya was asking if a clearing really resonates, do we keep repeating the clearing until it shifts, or do we start the list of all things that brought up and cleared that? You know what, I always follow the energy, but if there's one in particular that really resonates, then just play with that. And sometimes you might find you want to use some of the others also, but definitely the ones that really kind of pop out for sure. So with regards to getting out of our money stories, this include also positive money stories. It really depends, Bobby, with what way you're asking that, or with what way the stories are. Because sometimes people will tell, you know, positive, as of course, we don't use positive or negative in Access, but I get what you're saying. Sometimes people will tell those stories, the positive money stories, but there's an element of judgment of them in it. So you want to be really aware when you're talking about the stories, does it make you feel lighter and create more possibilities within you energetically? Or does it feel heavy and like, well, yeah, there was this time and I created all this awesome money and now I don't have any money, and you know, there's the energy that you don't want to be talking about. So you just want to be really aware of the energy that you're being when you're telling any story, really. And I mean, you guys know I tell stories constantly. That's pretty much all I'm doing is telling stories. And I only do them to my awareness of if they will create more and if I'm willing to be judged for them too. So, you know, sometimes with yummy money stories, not everybody on the planet's willing to hear it. So if you know, maybe you're halfway through or a quarter of the way through telling a story about a yummy money story and you get the sense that it's heavy or not so fun, you might just want to stop telling it, because it could be the person that you're telling it to can't hear it, and so they're sitting there going, well, that didn't happen, though she's such a liar, and you know, all of that energy that isn't always fun to receive. It doesn't mean it's not possible to receive it, because it sure is. You just want to make sure that you're aware if you can receive it or not. So And as you can tell with all of this, it always comes down to, where are you energetically? And that's where we talk in Access about being aggressively present. So whether it's with money or with other people or whatever, it doesn't matter. You want to be aggressively present. So you're aware constantly of if you're feeling lighter and more expanded in that space of possibilities, or if you're feeling heavy and constricted and feeling like nothing is possible. So when you get into the heavy and nothing is possible, then you just want to, how much chaos can I instill here? What question could I ask here? What else is possible with this I've never even considered? Yeah. How do we calm the anxiety energy in the meantime while working on getting out of past expenditures while waiting for more money to show up? So first off, you want to look at with anxiety energy is truth, is it yours? Like, would an infinite being ever have any anxiety? Or would they know that they'll take care of it, that they're going to do whatever it takes to take care of it? So any lies that you bought about anxiety energy and that it's yours, will you discern and create all of that and return it to sender with consciousness? Yes. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, by box, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And the other energy I want you to look at, and I know it could just easily be a wording thing, but I want to talk about it, is while waiting for more to show up. Sometimes we use kind of that phrasing as kind of a victim-like energy around money, like I've just got to wait for it to show up, and you don't. Again, every day, all day, what can I be and do different right now to create this right away, whatever it is you'd like to create. And in this case, to pay the past expenditures. So what can I be and do different right now to pay off these past expenditures right away? So that you're open up to whatever it might be, and there's no waiting involved. You're actually taking action, you're actually choosing, you're actually being. And a lot of times with past expenditures, the being of it is to get out of the judgment of you for it. So any and all judgment that you are choosing with regards to past expenditures, will you destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, puck, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And really, with some of them, you might just think, oh my gosh, why was I so dumb? How could have I done that? That was so stupid. What you might want to look at instead is the question of what's right about this I'm not getting? What's right about this choice that I made? What's right about me? What's right about this situation? Maybe sometimes people are in a relationship and it ends and the one person ends up paying a lot of money to that other person, and there's a lot of resentment and all the crazy that gets tied up in it. It's like, what's right about it you're not getting? And a lot of times with money stuff, and I mean probably with everything, but we're talking about money, is what's right about it is you'll never shut your awareness off to it ever again. So once we kind of make a choice that really was from what I call the blinders, la 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 la, they will love me forever, sure I will give them a credit card in my name, la 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 la, you'll never do that shit again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Denise, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Cool. It's about creating your life and how we use money to not create our life. And for me personally, my whole life I was kind of looking to do something different or whatever, and I finally created something, if you know what I mean, that I can run with. As in, I started eliminating, judgments and points of view and fear or whatever else I was using to hold me back. And I'm still asking questions, and as time goes on, it's kind of whittled down to money basically is my point now. But I have managed to eliminate a lot of points of view. The last final, well, there's two things. One was this thing where I'm in a secure government job and I'm in a position where I can leave it, kind of. But I have a few niggly things that are there, but it's kind of money. One was I'd have to trust that I can create my own life, that I am the source of money, of creation, of whatever it is I want to create. And then the second thing I have is I have an issue about money in the bank. I feel that I have to have money in the bank, but that's a security thing. And it's a bit of I think it's a bit of a cop-out or something, but it's like, I get now that I'm the creator of my reality, I'm the source and all these kind of things. And then there's just that one small thing of, you know, I'm a mom, I have responsibilities, you know, X, Y, and Z. And if I had money in the bank, this would make my decision a lot easier. But it's actually lighter to just make the choice I would like to make without that point of view. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the words that really popped when you were talking is that you have issues with money in the bank. So truth, who issued that?
Yeah.
So everything that is
Able to do.
okay.
It's the one thing I haven't been able to do. I can create a lot of things. I cannot create money in the bank.
Okay, so truth, is money in the bank relevant to you?
No.
No. So everywhere you're buying the lie that it should be, it has to be, it must be, and then you add all the stories, I'm a mom, I'm responsible, I'm rah, 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 all of that bullshit. Will you destroy and uncreate it all? You turn it to some consciousness? Right, wrong, battle, nine, putt, shorts, boys, beyonds. So you've never created money in the bank, and have you ever slept on the street with no food?
No.
What? You can live without money in the bank? No.
Yeah.
So all of that, all the lies you've been using to stop you from choosing what you truly desire to choose, we destroy and uncreate it all.
Mm-hmm.
Right, wrong, good, battle, nine, putt, shorts, boys, beyonds. And so who is the source of the money from the government job?
Me?
Yes, you.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everywhere you haven't acknowledged that you're the source of that money there, you're the source of every dollar that's ever come from anywhere.
Yeah.
We destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, putt, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So when you think now of not having money in the bank and whether it's leaving the job or changing it, what comes up?
I'm actually excited. I get that it's something that I've been avoiding for a very, very long time, would say my whole life or whatever, this whole stepping up and just like, because you were at the start of this call, you were on about, you know, like poking people in the eye, and that's how I always felt I was poking people in the eye all the time. So I thought I wasn't a valuable product and I couldn't create because, you know, it didn't resonate with other people, didn't get it. And it was only, I'd say, within the last year I really started to get to fucking hell with it. And the more I went to fucking hell with it, the more I started to create. And it made no sense, and it was definitely not linear. And it's actually really exciting, and I've had to give a lot of shit up to be able to go for it. But I found that money in the bank thing was just like, you know, it was just always nagging, because you know people as well, like government job for life, Melanie, you are crazy to go. So I just tell everyone I'm going on a career break and they leave me alone. But I have no desire to go back to the job. You know what I mean? It was the money in the bank just keeps nagging in my ear. But I do get from listening, I remember you did a video not so long ago about, you know, you had a couple of trips coming up. I think you were in Denmark, and you said it was coming to like $10,000. And you're like, I'll create that. And I remember kind of going, yeah, it's actually just trusting the energy and, you know, just if it's light, to go for it.
Yes. Yeah. And it's really, I'm just going to change the wording a little bit there.
Yeah.
It's trusting you, right? You know, it's trusting that you know that you'll never sleep on the street. If it meant that you left the job and whatever you were going to go create didn't work out the way you desired, you'd actually go back to that job, or you'd create another job, or you'd go work at the corner coffee shop. Like, you're not ever going to create a position where you and your son are living on the street with no food. Right? Like, you're going to do whatever it takes. And that's the trust within each of us. And we likely all have that to a certain degree. It's just that we kind of put a limit on it. We say, okay, well, I have that trust of me when I'm working at the government. It's like, take that off. It has nothing to do with working at the government. You've made damn sure that you've never created that. So no matter what you're doing, you're never going to create that. So everywhere that you haven't been willing to look at every bit of your life as your creation, we destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness.
Yes.
Wow, right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Ooh.
Yeah. Because that's what I'm getting when we came up with the idea of this class. Money actually doesn't give a fuck. It's that we give such a fuck about it that we make it so significant, you know, and I'm kind of going like, this is so funny, you know?
Yeah, we make it so significant. We make it so significant that it gets to choose for us, and then it becomes where we resent it because we're not choosing what we'd like to choose based on money, and money's sitting in the corner going, fuck off! Leave me out of this. This is you. All you, bitch. Has nothing to do with me.
Totally.
Yeah. And I think I did a little live thing on Facebook yesterday. I'm trying to remember the clearing, but I may not be able to, but I'll see what pops now. So what have we all made so vital, valuable, and real about making money significant that keeps us from generating, creating, actualizing, and receiving more money than we've never imagined possible from any lifetime? Everything that is. We destroy and create it all and return it to sender with consciousness. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, shorts, boys, beyonds. And everywhere that we've made money more significant than us, will we all destroy and create all that and return it to sender with consciousness? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Cool. When you think about it now, what comes up, Melanie?
I'm actually just looking forward to it because I have no idea what it's going to look like. I get what I have to do today and I get what's required of me tomorrow, but like I've been on such a journey. I couldn't have told you that this is where I'd be now if I was to plan it. So there's an element of excitement, but there's an element of me that has been hiding, that I have for either not thinking I could do it or whatever, but it's just like, forget about it. You know what I mean? It's no, I am excited. I do get that it's money is what I'll use to not choose what it is I would really like to create. You know? Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. A couple more questions.
I'm delighted to announce there's no requirement for this class whatsoever. Like a couple of months ago when we started talking about this class, I don't know what we were linking in with. There's no requirement for this class.
No requirement.
No. Yeah, you sure can. Yeah, we've got a question here from Elma Glenise.
Awesomeness, Elma. Hi, sweetness.
I know for you. Glenise, what do you do when you get, we say, money, or when you get everything you want and then you don't know what to do with it because you feel you don't deserve it? See, somewhere in my universe, I've never had real major issues with money because I always believed it was always there and that I would generate it or I would get it and receive it. So I've always got what I wanted, but then when I got it, I felt I didn't deserve it and I didn't know what to do with it, and I get rid of it very fast.
Yeah. So, truth, would an infinite being ever deserve anything?
Would an infinite being
ever deserve anything?
Well, no, because it doesn't need to deserve anything. It is.
Yeah. Do we deserve to breathe, or do we just breathe?
Yeah. Okay.
The most important thing to our bodies is breath, and it doesn't have anything to do with deserving. You know, if you look at Hitler, he breathed, and I'm pretty sure most of us would agree he didn't deserve to. So deserving and worthy are two of the biggest lies that we'll ever buy. And so everywhere you've bought and sold the lie that in order to receive something, you have to be worthy and deserving of it. Will you destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So I will add that to the, I did a whole radio show on this topic because most people operate from the worthy and deservingness, and really what you're doing is you're using that as an excuse not to receive everything the universe is gifting you.
Yes.
So all of the excuses and all of the barriers and all of the walls that you're putting up so that you don't receive everything that the universe has been waiting to gift you. Will you destroy and uncreate it all, return to center with consciousness?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So next time that comes up for you, just drop the barriers of not receiving whatever it is. You know, you might think, oh, I don't deserve this. Okay, no, wait. Drop the barriers, receive it all, and then you can be in communion. So let's say it's money. So then you can be in communion with the money. Be like, thank you, sweet money, for coming to play. I'm so grateful for you. Where would you like to go? Would you like to sit in this investment? Would you like to sit in this account? Would you like to go to this new car? Would you, you know, where you're actually just playing with the money. You're actually talking with it and communing and co-creating with it, as opposed to, I shouldn't do this, I have to do this, I better do this, and, you know, all of those conclusions. So all of the conclusionary realities that you have around money, will you revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, denounce, reclaim, destroy, and uncreate it all?
Yes. Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Okay. There's something else though, because it's not just about money, it's about everything I ask for. I asked for a vocal coach to show up, and suddenly this amazing person walked into my clinic, right? It just, you couldn't have literally drawn what I asked for, and it happened literally the next day or the day after. And I'm not willing to pick up the phone to ring her because there's some part of me that says, oh no, not good enough, oh sure, we can't do this, she's too famous, too expensive, or whatever, or too good, or we're not, you know, there's something else there.
What's the value to you of that? What are you getting out of all of that crazy?
Staying put.
Staying put, yeah. So next time that comes up, next time you go into, oh, I should, oh, I can't, oh, you know, just be like, hey, you know what, I'm just choosing to stay put, so I'm not going to judge me. I'm also not going to pretend that I've got all of these excuses. I'm just going to acknowledge that right now in this 10 seconds, I'm going to stay put.
Okay.
Then what you do is you stop the crazy, right? Because you're just acknowledging what is, which will then likely have you pick up the phone.
Perfect. Thank you. That's good. Perfect.
Yeah, you're welcome. Just really, you guys, for every situation, be willing to call yourself on it. Like, be willing to be honest with yourself about what you're really doing. And that's why you'll hear me always use, what's the value? What are you getting out of that? And that's going on in my head with me all the time. Like, I'm asking myself, what am I getting out of this? Because once we can truly acknowledge what that is, then all the other stuff can go away and we can stop distracting ourselves. We still may never choose to phone the person or do whatever it is we've decided, you know, whatever that is. That's irrelevant, but at least we're being honest with ourselves about what's really behind the choice of not doing it.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. So all of the distractions that we've all been using with regards to money, you destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Hello again, honey.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
What I became aware of there is the last couple of weeks I've had a lot of intensity in the top of my head. Somebody else might describe it as a headache, but for me, I know it's energy or it's intensity and I suppose what Melanie mentioned earlier about the sense of hiding, I would have been very good at that. And I'm just wondering, my sense is that I'm so good at hiding, and because of what I want to do or where I want to go, I feel that I'm trying to block it, and that's what the discomfort is. I'm just wondering, is there a clearing that would help to get rid of that heaviness or energy in my head that's uncomfortable? So truth is that heaviness hiding? I think so, yeah. Okay, so if you didn't think about it, what would you know? Truth is that heaviness you're hiding. Well, the word I got actually was fear. Fear, okay. So who are you being when you're choosing fear? My mother. Okay. Yeah. Because fear can be two things. Fear can either be a distractor implant, which is keeping us distracted and spinning on it. Fear can also be excitement.
you know, where we've misidentified it as fear, but it's actually an excitement. It just read a little bit more as you kind of mimicking somebody. So everywhere that you've used fear as a distractor, everywhere you've mimicked other people's use of fear as a distraction, we destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, shorts, boys, and beyond. So if you didn't choose to mimic, what could you create?
I could have lots of fun.
Well, we can't have that now. That cannot occur in Ireland.
Yeah, loads of fun. And maybe get paid for it as well.
Ooh, look at you go, girl.
Yeah.
Fun and money. How does it get any better than that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So anything that doesn't allow you to choose that, we destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Cool. So where's the energy now?
It feels a bit lighter. There's still a small bit there, but it's not as intense as it was.
Okay. So can you expand it out energetically? And then about 1,000,000 miles farther than that. And 1,000,000 miles farther than that. And 1,000,000 miles farther than that. And how much chaos do you need to instill to change it dynamically?
Yeah.
Anything that doesn't allow that, we destroy and uncreate it all.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Cool. How's that?
Definitely feels better. Yeah, does indeed.
Awesome. Just keep expanding it and instilling chaos and being willing to destroy and uncreate any mimicking of mom.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Cool. You're welcome. You're welcome. There's a question here. What clearing could you suggest when you've looked at your finances, how much you require to create, and are asking, yet what you keep choosing is not creating what you require, and then you get into that freak out once again, the amount you require does not show up. Yeah, so right there is that freak out. Anywhere that you were creating and generating, creating, and making creating the possibilities for it to show up, the minute you go to freak out, it actually stops it. So everywhere you're using freak out as a way to stop you from creating what you truly desire to create, will you destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, shorts, boys, beyonds. The other thing that I would look at with that, and this is something I talk about a lot, is at the top of a piece of paper or on your phone or your computer, write out, I can't have whatever the amount is, so I can't create blank because, so whatever that money is, so I can't say it's $10,000, I can't create $10,000 because. And then I want you just to, whatever pops into your mind, write all of the becauses underneath it. Because I'm not smart enough, because I don't know what I'm doing, because I'm dumb, because my dad said I couldn't, because, just whatever crazy shows up. Write them all down and then go through each one and do interesting point of view. I have that point of view, which is a tool from Access, over and over on each point, and then put the list away for a day or two, bring it out. Any of them that you don't laugh at, then interesting point of view them again, so that you get to where there's no energy on any of your points, because the only thing that's stopping you from receiving what you're asking for is points of view. As Dane says, our point of view creates our reality. So we could be asking for $10,000 a month, but if we have the point of view that we could never actualize more than $2,000 a month, then you'll never actualize more than $2,000, and you'll end up just judging yourself for never actualizing what you're asking for. So go through and clear all the points of view that are stopping you from it. Everything that doesn't allow that. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Cool. My husband is now talking every day about lack of money. How can I create more and hear this constantly? Well, how much power do you give him? He can talk about it all day, every day, right into your ear. And if you don't give it any power or any energy or any aligning and agreeing or resisting and reacting, it won't make a difference. He could be telling you that the sky is falling and it wouldn't matter. It just depends on how much power and potency you give him in his words. So everywhere you've given him the power and potency to stop you and what you can actualize and receive, wow, we destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Fear can be a potency that you're denying. You just want to check, and it might be different every time. So when you're perceiving fear, just check in. Truth, is this a distraction? Truth, is this a potency? Truth, is this excitement? And then whatever it is, you can just destroy and create, and then choose to be what is actually true of it. Or if it's a distraction, choose beyond it.
Can you talk a little bit more about chaos in relation to the creation of money? Because when Fiona was sitting down, I was tempted to go behind her head and go, ooh, like, wow, I can actually see the chaos behind her head. Yeah. Wow, cool.
Yes.
So I get that I can create a lot from chaos, and it drives people fucking mental, and I drive myself mental as well sometimes. But I'm not fully choosing that because I know I get judged for it, and it's like, okay, let's fucking ramp this up.
Yes, let's ramp it up is right. And so really, really basically, order is conclusions and chaos is questions. And so most of us are chaos walking, walking down the airport lane and smiling at other passengers is chaotic. If you notice, most people don't do that. Most people look at you like, what's wrong with you? Is that lady medicated? Like, what's wrong with her? So that's the chaos. And so with it regards to money, it's the willingness to ask questions. It's the willingness to, like Melanie was talking with, maybe quitting a job that this reality would say is good paying and will give her a pension. It's chaotic to choose beyond that. And yet, if you look at what you've created when you've created more in your life, it's always been from chaotic. It's never been from conclusion. So the more chaotic you're willing to be, the more chaos you're willing to instill into your finances, the more revenue streams that you'll create, the more money that you'll create as if by magic. And it's different. Chaos isn't like messy. A lot of times people say, well, no, my finances are very, very ordered, but they're probably organized. So ordered and organized are not the same thing. Organized is I'm very organized with my finances and getting more and more so every day as per my accountant, because she tells me I have to be. But, it's very organized, but not ordered. So if you're willing to be the chaos that you truly be, then you will open up to all sorts of possibilities financially. And it's as simple as whenever money comes to mind is, okay, how much chaos can I instill here to change this? How much chaos can I instill here to create more than I never imagined possible? Where you just go into question. And it's an energy that we be. It's not something that we do, but it's an energy that we be. And we all be it naturally. We've definitely turned it down, as Paul said. So anything that doesn't allow you to turn your chaos way the fuck up, will you destroy and create all that and return it to sender with consciousness? Whew. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Yeah.
Oh, ramp it up.
Ramp it up.
This class will not be any fun.
No fun. We cannot have fun in Ireland. It is banned, I heard.
Yeah, by the Catholic Church, totally banned for 14,000 generations and everything beyond that. And no sex and no money.
Oh, I didn't know about the no sex thing. I'm not sure I can come.
Yeah. Live stream.
Well, you better tell your husband straight away because he may.
Oh, yeah, Bobby. So, truth, did you misapply chaos as stress? Whew. Everything that is, we destroy and uncreate it all times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And I will also include the download to the radio show that I did about chaos and order. And I will be doing another one here probably next month. Because they're finding more and more things, of course, about chaos and order. But the show that I did, I think I called it, What if Ultimate Chaos is Order? Ultimate Order. What if Ultimate Order is chaos? You know, where we've kind of really misidentified and misapplied what chaos and order are, and they're really not. You know, order is not changing anything and keeping everything the same always, and chaos is asking a question and following the energy and doing something totally different. Sweet Bobby, there's two of you on here. Please, when I'm talking to Bobby, it's the one who wrote the question, not you. You're okay. There's more than one Bobby asking questions, sweetie. I'm not just picking you out, like just pulling names out. Although I should do that. That would be great fun.
Yeah. Just pick out a name randomly and say, ask a question now. Yeah. like a raffle. Yeah, just do it. Complete and utter chaos. I think that'll work really well.
Complete and utter chaos. I like that. So I get that I'm the source of money, sort of. There feels like a yeah, but they're still in the victim of other people's choices. Anything to clear or anything to do with that? So I would ask you, and I would get you to ask you, so what's the value of being a victim to other people's choices? What do you get out of that? And if you weren't the victim to other people's choices, what could you create? Everything that is, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Cool. All right, anything else in the room there?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, here's another question.
Nice.
Thank you.
Hi, Glenys.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm so good.
Good. In my business, I keep playing less than and hiding. And you did a short video on hiding the other day, and it was like, ouch. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you getting out of that?
There's confusion. I feel confused around it. The business so far, and then I go into hiding mode.
Okay. So what's the value?
Validating others, maybe. Playing less than.
So whose reality are you validating when you play less than in your business?
I feel like I take on a lot of stuff around me, like anxieties, even, and that kind of thing from other people.
Okay. And so what is that doing for you?
Trapped.
Keeps you trapped?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you weren't trapped, what could you create?
Magic.
Okay. So what's the value of not creating magic?
Making other people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. So all of the wrongness that you've been made all your life for making other people uncomfortable, will you destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And everywhere you decided it must mean something about you because they choose to be uncomfortable around you. So you must be bad and wrong and horrible and less than and awful and all of those. Will you destroy and uncreate it all and return to sender with consciousness?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, shorts, boys, and beyonds. just kind of the first thing that pops in, what would happen if you allowed people to choose discomfort around you?
I could move it for them.
Yeah. So everywhere you've made it your job to ensure people are comfortable around you, and it's impossible because you're chaos walking, will you destroy and uncreate all that and return it to center with consciousness?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, PEPOC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And all of the lies that you've bought that it's actually possible to make people choose something that they're never going to choose.
Yeah.
We destroy and create at all times a godzillion.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, PEPOC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And so truth, how many demons have you hired to ensure you play less than?
A lot.
And so are you truth, are you willing to return them from to whence they came?
Yes.
Return to from whence you came, never to return for all eternity. Return to from whence you came, never to return for all eternity. Return to from whence you came, never to return for all eternity. Return to from whence you came, never to return for all eternity. Anything that doesn't allow that. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, PEPOC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So what is it going to take for you to never play less than again?
Trust.
So truth, are you willing to trust you?
The word hiding just went in there again.
So truth, do you have oaths and vows to hiding?
Yeah.
So all of the oaths, vows, commitments, contracts, promises, obligations, communities, fealties, anything I haven't mentioned that you have to hiding from all lifetime, spaces, dimensions, realities, universes, and anywhere I haven't mentioned, will you revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, denounce, reclaim, destroy, and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, PEPOC, shorts, boys, meons. Truth, have you encapsulated people who are hiding?
Yeah.
So all of those encapsulations, will you let me into those spaces and places so they can be destroyed and uncreated?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And so encapsulations, for anybody who isn't familiar, is an energy thing that we do, which is not bright at all. When we are usually very young, sometimes even in mom's tummy, sometimes other lifetimes, we can see as infinite beings. We're remembering that we're infinite beings. And so in this case, you might have, maybe had a parent who played less than and hid energetically. And you would have, as the infinite being, seen so much more possible. You'd have been like, but wait, you don't have to. Like, look, you can be all of you. Look. And so then in that kind of excitement, and for them, the desire for them to choose beyond the hiding, you energetically take and encapsulate them. The problem with encapsulations is the minute you encapsulate somebody, you can never create beyond them. So then you get kind of stuck with the same energy, thinking you're going to do it to contribute, but it actually keeps you in that energy. And then you don't see beyond it either. You just think this is how you live. So yeah, those are destroyed and uncreated now. And all of the decisions, judgments, conclusions, computations, projections, rejections, expectations, separations that you have of you, that other people have of you, that you have of your business, that other people have of your business, of playing less than and small and hiding, all of those on 3, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Yes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And on 4, we destroy and uncreate it all. On 4, we destroy and uncreate all of the solidified futures that you created based on playing small and hiding and playing less than.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on 5, will you destroy and uncreate all of the algorithms that you've created to hold all of that energy in place? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on 6, we destroy and create all of the DJCCs and pissers and past lives and past experiences and past memories that you have holding all of those lies in place.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And anything that doesn't allow you to instill chaos into your business, to create it beyond what you've never imagined possible, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Okay, so when you think about not hiding your business and not playing less than, what comes up now?
It feels much lighter.
Cool. Is there anything that comes to mind that would stop you from choosing it?
I get anxiety feeling in my body, and before I did buy it as anxiety and panic. Now it feels more of an awareness, and sometimes it physically rises and I become at the effect of it rather than acknowledging it for potency and using it to create.
Cool. So when you choose to become the effect of it, what is that value to you?
Stepping into other people's universes.
Yeah. And what does that do for you?
Keeps me small.
Yeah. So next time when you're going into it, just ask yourself, what is the value in this moment? Again, it'll give you that awareness. And then you could still choose it if you want to. Or you can choose beyond it.
Yeah.
But just give yourself that awareness, because then what you'll start doing is you'll build up the muscle that then you'll always know you have a choice. Because sometimes it probably feels to you like it happens before you're even aware of it, and then you're just kind of sucked in. And it's not true. It might feel like that, but it's not true because you're not a victim to it. But if you can get in the habit of asking, okay, here I am going down this road again. What am I getting out of this? Oh, look, I can distract myself. I don't have to step up. Okay, cool. And then you could be like, okay, well, I don't want to step up today, so I'm not gonna, which is cool, but you don't have to distract yourself. You could just be honest, or you could be like, yeah, actually, I do feel like today's a good day to step up, so I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that feels good.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you.
You're so, so welcome. So, so welcome.
I'm back.
You're back. Mr. Paul is back. Paul is in the house.
My trusty sidekick in our uniforms, all ready to go.
We're so professional.
We've got embroidered on the back. Lanice Hughes is not our bitch. Yeah. But we can't turn around and show you that because that might be a big fat lie.
Oh, that's so awesome. I love it. I love it. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, now we've got people in the webcast saying they would buy a shirt like that, Paul. So look at that. We're making money already.
Oh, wow.
We have his and hers, so
Yeah.
we've got everyone covered.
Yeah, totally. We just contribute to your business all the time. Yeah,
You guys are awesome.
yeah. Awesome possums.
Awesome, awesome.
Oh,
So when we were in Australia, this bus driver, and he used to drive us around Australia, and he'd say, "Wakey, wakey, hand off snakey." So I'm not sure why that's coming up, but it's coming up. Yeah, just to let you know. Well, it might be time to say goodbye.
Say goodbye. It's right. I just want to mention something really quick. I think everybody knows, and I'll certainly put it in the email, but just so you guys know, especially my fellow Canadians, this is a global pricing event. So it's 450 euros, which my fellow Canadians will pay 80% of. So that's just what we do with Access with global pricing. So it's 80% of that, which I don't remember off the top of my head. And then people who are in countries like Croatia and Estonia, Guatemala, Malaysia, South Africa, Slovenia, oh my gosh, those are also 80% countries. And then India, Hungary, Indonesia, Romania, those are 65% countries. And so then you just pay 65% or 80% or 100% depending where you're at. So, and it's live streamed. It's also just so happens to be the same weekend now that Gary and Dane have, yes, Natalie, I'll post the price. Just so happens to be the same weekend that Gary and Dane just put up a foundation rewrite. So I know for myself, I am going to be doing both classes. Obviously, I'm facilitating this one, and I've already paid for and we'll get the audios to their class too. So don't feel like you have to miss out of either class to partake. You can certainly do both. And I mean, we're on different time zones. How fun would it be to be in, all night in one and all day in the other? I wonder how much change that might create. I wonder how much chaos that might be.
And I'm sure Gary and Dane are super bummed that it's the same time, same weekend.
I know. I'm sure they are like totally like, man, we were totally going to go to your class, Glenise, and now we're going to be in Houston and facilitate.
They're actually probably going to join us live first because their class is after ours.
Yeah.
And that's right, Roseanne. An infinite being doesn't need to sleep. So what the hell? How much fun can we have?
How does it get any better than that? Yeah.
How does it? Cool. All right. Well, thanks.
A text in from Gary Douglas. He's looking for one of those shirts. Wow. That's how powerful you are.
Oh God, that is funny. And now we've got to, if you guys like kind of separate a little bit, I want to take a picture. And if everybody can kind of, well, maybe, no, I want you to sit in. That they're like, yeah, how can we fit oh, there we go. Oh, Paul, but where are you?
Okay. Everybody in. Come on in. Jeez, they're like old nuns or something here. Yeah. Everybody. Okay. Have battery. We need to get you in. Yeah. Go.
And then let me do this. If I just pin that one, there we go. Awesome.
Cool. Thanks a million, Denise. Really look forward to having you at the class. Yeah, and
I can hardly wait.
Ireland is waiting for you. Yeah.
Yay! How much fun can we have? And of course, we also have, if you're in Cork, the weekend after is exponentializing your capacities with energies, and that was last week's show. If you didn't catch it on the radio, you might want to check it out because it's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah. A bit like yourself, Denise. Pretty freaking awesome. Yeah. Fantastic.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your share. And thanks, everybody, for coming online. I am so grateful for all of you and your questions. How does it get any better?
Yeah. And if anybody has any questions on the class or international pricing or anything like that, just to email myself or Melanie, and we'd be delighted to sell you a shirt. So. Two for the price of one, says Alma. So how does it get any better than that? So I'm going to send one to Gary and one to Dane for the price. The writing is in gold.
I like it. Oh, purple and gold. How about that?
Purple and gold.
All right, guys.
Lots of love. Bye-bye.